Call the Calhoun County Council meeting of October 12th to order. Colonel, would you have the invocation, please?
Lord, for your presence with us, we give you thanks. We just ask you to bless this time that we might use wisdom and judgment to guide and direct the business of people of this county. We give you thanks for all you're going to do as you give us your guidance. We thank Christ's name. Amen.
I have a motion we approve the minutes of the September 14th regular meeting.
So moved.
Second, any more discussion? All in favor of the motion, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. James, you got any committee reports?
None.
Steve?
No, sir.
John, you got it?
No.
Yeah. Any appointments? Anybody got any appointments? No proclamations? All right, Jeff, where you? I saw you back there somewhere. If y'all don't mind, I'm going to read this so you can hear me. Several months ago, especially on the I-26 corridor of Calhoun County, we started having trouble communicating on fire scenes, wreck scenes over the radio. I did a little bit of research and had radio communications come out, and they determined that the antenna dispatch for the not the Sandy Rubber repeater, the 176 repeater was bad, and that's our closest repeater in that area. Nick Stabler, Station 7 call had all kind of trouble communicating with dispatch. They were even doing some communications over the telephone on a wreck scene, and that's a bad idea. I approached radio communications about helping us fix that. They give me a quote to replace that antenna and coaxial, and this was back in May for $2,791.53. I presented this to Dave Chinecki and Matt Trump. Both of them said we did not have money budgeted for that. We'd have to wait. So I went back to both of them after July, new budget year, and was pretty much told the same thing. So myself, firefighters, fire chiefs, we got to talking. We ended up having a communications meeting here one night. Had Anthony Taylor with radio communications come up, and he told us that the antenna would help things, but the antenna would not fix our problems. What we have is 5 VHF antennas over here at dispatch on one tower. And when we're trying to talk, they are playing with each other, and it causes the radio communications to be poor at best. Bill Manikevich, Dave Chinecki, all the fire chiefs, John, Denise, a bunch of us were in here. The fix for that would be $15,480.02 to fix some of it. It kind of went dead, died. All of a sudden we were having more problems. One thing about the combiner that was the $15,000 project was that we could do away with 2 of the antennas on that tower. We would just need 3, one as a backup, one to receive, and one to transmit. The combiner would take the place of 3 of the antennas. Things got worse afterward, and we found out that the 176 repeater, or the 176 antenna and coaxial, has more than likely been hit by lightning. That repeater, because the antenna is bad and the coaxial is bad, is only putting out about 8 watts of power, should be putting out 45. What I'm asking, this is becoming a life safety issue for both firefighters and general public in that area. There's nothing budgeted for this. I'm asking for roughly $18,608.34 to fix it. It's gonna be a little bit more than that, because we've got to do a tower extension at, dispatch to get the tower tall enough where the receive antenna and the transmit antenna can be far enough apart for everything to work correctly. Denise and John's aware of this, but it's something that's been going on for longer than it needs to. We need to get it fixed.
How much is the whole package? That's 18,000, how much is the extension and everything? I mean, how much is everything here?
Bill Manikevich said the extension for the tower would cost about $300. I would think it may be a little bit more than that. I'm saying roughly right around $19,000.
Okay.
We'll use the town's ladder truck to add that extension to it, and the town will use the ladder truck so that radio communications does not have to climb that tower or rent something to get up there.
Denise, where can you find the money?
Just tell them, fine.
Yeah, we've got contingency funds, but some of this will come back from the insurance company, hopefully, if we can get a statement proving that it was damaged by lightning.
Jeff, is that a fix? I mean, that's
That's gotta get fixed, so I mean, you know.
But I mean,
we'll
that's
find the money.
where we need to be.
According to Radio Communications, Anthony Taylor, this will pretty much fix most of our problems.
Pretty much fix most of our problems.
We're not all your
Is
problems.
that a quote?
Part of the problems being that we're licensed for 100 watts of power at the stump hole repeater and the 176 repeater. We have 45 watt repeaters instead of 100 watt. Why it was doing like that, I don't know. And amplifier on those two would fix them to where we could communicate even better. But right now, I'm concentrating on getting the thing going. I'm gonna talk to Denise and John about in the future, next year's budget, have some money set aside for some of these communications issues. I've also been made aware that the Hemlock repeater and the Sandy Run repeater, which are two of the main repeaters in the county, are very old. If they go down, there's no fixing it, replacing
Yeah, one thing, let's just be real clear about this whole thing. We're talking about VHF radios here, correct?
it. VHF,
Are we talking anything to do with 800 radios?
not yet.
No.
No.
Okay, so all VHF. This is a legacy system, right?
No.
This is the system we've been trying to replace, what, 5 years now?
Mhm.
So it's fine, we need to fix it, but what we need, the big picture of the room we need to look at, it's 800 radios, this is what we live by now, guys. We're behind everybody else, all the other counties pretty much are going to 800, and that's the system we need to go to. And we fix this now, but even when we fix it, it's still going to be marginal.
Well, and that's my question, is what we're doing going to become obsolete? And,
Well,
I mean, how much
we
service
don't have the
need?
option for just not having this capability for 6 months or a year.
Right.
We gotta fix it, but it is a legacy system.
Right.
However, we need to make sure that we focus, what these guys really need is the 800 system, and we've been dilly-dallying around with that for about 3 or 4 years.
How much is that though?
Well, it's part of our thing that was in the lawsuit that we got tied up in. That's part of that $500,000 to cover that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's all in that. So, I mean, but regardless, that's the thing we need to focus on. So I'm gonna tell you guys, I work with counties all over the state.
Yeah, I know.
And it's 800. I mean, it's not line of sight, driveways, repeater problems. I mean, I can't talk to these guys half time and call them. I mean, it's tough getting some of these LZs and you know, you can't talk down the road.
I think what Jeff's saying is there are problems that they can work with that are out there, but these are definitely.
Yeah, we got to
But
fix
these
it now.
can be fixed
These are like-
immediately, I mean,
Yes.
pretty much
Yes, sir.
on, now, I mean, we can go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I move that
Wait,
we,
wait, wait, Denise, you got something?
Just to clarify too, if we fix this and spend this money, it will serve as a backup for the 800
And that's-
system.
yeah,
So
as
it's
long
not
as it
gonna be
lasts.
wasted.
Yeah, we're not
Okay,
gonna
that's
go
why I
with
wanted to-
Yeah.
But at some point, it's probably gonna degrade,
It
and
will.
so it's already there, getting close to it, so.
Okay, so you got a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we authorize, I would say $20,000
Okay.
Or at this time for upgrade or whatever we need to do to get our communications working.
Okay, I got a second on that.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
Thank y'all very much.
All right. Thank you. How long will it take them to get it going, Jeff?
I'll make phone calls tomorrow, tell them y'all approved it, and we'll get on it right away. Or I'm just gonna determine when they can get in dispatch because of COVID.
Okay. All right. Judge,
Hello, gentlemen.
you're up next. How you doing?
Well, I got y'all saying aye, I'm gonna put in for $20,000. I'm ahead of going aye. All I want to do tonight is I want to introduce your newest magistrate, Cassandra Keller. If you want to come up here, Judge Keller. She was sworn in yesterday. She's been a victim advocate with the South Carolina Attorney General's Office, worked with the Department of Corrections. She's got degrees of experience in social work. She had Senator Matthews' support, Representative Fox's support, and she's got 100% of my support. She's training with us right now, one day a week in the St. Matthews office. But I'm going to let her introduce herself, have her tell you a little bit about her, in her background, and
Well, Judge, what about, she could work down in Cameron, son?
You know, that's a decision. I know y'all mentioned this last time. She is the Cameron magistrate. I know there's been some discussion for y'all to potentially close that office. That wouldn't affect, her. She's still an appointed magistrate, and we can, I can have those discussions with y'all and Mr. McLaughlin and Judge Keller and find a place for her to do judge stuff. We got a whole lot of judge stuff here in St. Matthews to do. So, I'm glad to have her help, but that's a decision we can have maybe in the month to come, and what y'all's sentiment is in that regard. I don't want to abandon, of course, folks in Cameron, but if the caseload doesn't warrant it, we may want to rethink.
Yeah,
What her role might
maybe, something like every 2 weeks or something down there. Personally, I'd suit me to close it, but I don't want to have to handle it. And they go, they'll be complaining.
Sure. So I can begin those discussions with
Right,
Mr. Clarkson, and maybe have a proposal to y'all by next month. So
Okay.
I'm going to turn it over to Judge Keller and
Good.
I'll ask you some tough questions.
How you doing?
Good evening, how are you all? As Judge Bloom said, I'm Cassandra Keller, native of St. Matthews. I'm a graduate of St. Matthews High School, South Carolina State. I have a degree in criminal justice, a master's in interview and family development, and also a master's from Webster professional counseling. 30 years experience in human services. Most recently was employed by the Department of Mental Health as a counselor, and I look forward to serving the citizens of Calhoun County.
Good, well, we appreciate that.
Good to have you.
Yeah, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anybody got any questions?
See ya.
Anybody got any questions for the judge? Okay. Thank you, Judge Bloom. Thank you, Mr. Judge Kelson. Okay. No resolutions. Anybody got any old business this time needs to come back up? Anybody have any new business that needs to come up tonight? Maybe we need to go to every 2 months.
Please.
Okay. We need first reading by title only on ordinance 2020-15. Do I have a motion we approve ordinance 2020-15?
I'll move.
Second. Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion, aye? Aye. All opposed? Okay. All right, John?
Yes, sir, thank you. We've got two things here. One is the update on the Sandy Run rezoning meeting. That was held back on September the 24th in Sandy Run. That was one of the requests from the community and from the citizens, is to try to hold that meeting, which was also our monthly planning commission meeting in Sandy Run. And I want to thank Beulah Methodist Church for allowing us to have our meeting, our location there. We had a really good group show up, about 140 showed up. Had a good dialogue, I think, some good, some bad, and some ugly, but ultimately it gave us some ideas to go back to the drawing board and incorporate into the ordinance and into the map. There were some revisions that came out of this meeting, so it was definitely a positive meeting. Those revisions are actually being worked on as we speak. As you may or may not know, our building code official, Steve Yerkin, had some surgery, so he's been out. And then John Gardner, our planner, his mother passed away, and so he's having to deal with that too. So we'll have those revisions out, and we will actually vote on that in the November Planning Commission meeting. So that's the plan, to have that meeting sometime more than likely prior to Thanksgiving holidays, and move forward with that planning discussion. Any questions on that?
Anybody, any questions? All right.
Okay. All right. The second thing there is railroad closing, a crossing closure there. So as you are aware, we are trying to construct a new industrial park with Orangeburg County. That's the Tri-County Global Industrial Park. And with that, we've got Norfolk Southern main rail that runs adjacent to the property. And we feel like one of the big benefits of having that piece of property is not just interstate frontage. Also, it's located at exit 145 with a full interchange. But one of the missing pieces is the rail, being able to pull a crossing across the main rail at grade crossing. And so in order to do that, Norfolk Southern requires you to get rid of 2 existing crossings to be able to build a new one. Okay, it used to be 1 for 1, but now, I guess in the last 2 years, they went 2 for 1. And that's difficult in some areas, as you may know. But ultimately, Orangeburg County was able to decrease one of their crossings at grade crossings on one of their county roads. And so that sufficed for one in Orangeburg County. And then Calhoun County, since it is a partnering relationship with Tri-County Electric Co-op at that site, then we felt like we needed to give up one as well. We've identified the one at Hemlock Road. Jeff mentioned Hemlock a little while ago. We've got our county tower there. We've got about 40 acres located there off that road, and it's a unimproved state road as it stands today. In order for us to be able to close that crossing, the DOT is going to require us to accept that road into county maintenance. Okay? That will, in essence, allow us to apply for the closure. And then once we're approved by Norfolk Southern for the closure, then they will close the crossing. We will not have any cost borne because of this crossing closure. The only thing that we will need to do is accept Hemlock Road as what's a state road now to a county road. And trust me, Woody and I and Cody have looked at it. We've accepted a lot worse. So this one's not bad. It's paved road with ditch lines. We can work with this. And plus, it's a farm to market road. So we feel like we can work with that.
So, John, is there still the deal with DOT that you take a mile out and you put a mile in to the
Yes,
state?
sir. That's
So can we hold that in the bank?
Well, what we'll do is, yes, sir, we will. We'll credit ourselves with that. So when they come ask us next time, what they do is they ask us if we don't come up with a road ourselves, and they give us usually one of their
And
worst
I know
roads.
that's a short road,
Yeah,
but at
yes,
the
sir.
same time.
We can get credit for it, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we can get credit for it with DOT
With
for
DOT.
in the future.
That's correct, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, we can. That's something I would like for you to vote on, if you don't mind, so that way we can move forward with the
Okay.
application for the closure.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we authorize the application for closure of the rail crossing on Hemlock.
Okay. Have a second to that?
Second.
Okay. Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
And one last thing, real quick, I'd like to to mention out there that, so Friday, 2 weeks, is our business industrial appreciation for all of our businesses and all of our industries in Calhoun County Appreciation Golf Tournament. This is the 4th annual golf tournament.
Give me the date on that again.
It's February the 23rd.
I mean, October.
I'm sorry, October. Let me put my glasses back on.
23rd,
Yeah, Friday, October 23rd. Sorry about that. We've actually, this is the 4th annual. We did not have it last year, but I think in the past, the total sponsorship has been around $3,000 to $4,000. We're right at $8,000 as we sit today. And that's, and I want to thank the staff for helping me make phone calls and the emails. We've got some really good sponsors. Red Rock Development is our #1 headline platinum $1,000 sponsor. And so we've had a good turnout from our industries. We've got a number of them. We're thinking somewhere in the 75 range is what we're going to have for the tournament. And so we wanted to do that and thank our businesses and our industries, especially now with COVID. It's about impossible to be able to see these individuals. And they're so busy to talk on the phone. It's nice to be able to get out and have some time. But that's it for me.
what time is that?
Friday, October 23rd. It will start at 8 o'clock. We'll be breakfast till 9 and then tee off at 9. And then we will have lunch for everybody after they finish the golf. And so we'll be done probably around 1:30 or so. Friday, October 23rd.
Really got the place looking good up there.
He does, he really does. And it's been, there again, a team effort. All those guys out there spent a lot of time making sure that we stay ahead of the weeds, stay ahead of Mother Nature's been very kind to us. Let me put that out there. Very kind to us this summer and throughout.
How about, I lost my train of thought, but,
It's that mask, Mr.
I had a senior moment.
It's that mask.
Huh?
It's that mask you got.
Must be.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I'll think about it, I'll ask you about it.
All right.
Oh, no, there's a lot of play out there, he's got to get, I
Yes,
see
sir.
people out there when I go by all
Yes,
the
sir.
time.
Yes, sir. And we actually have had a couple of events out there as well, tournaments and things of that nature. So it's been good and it's been helpful. You know, even though the grill's not making as much as we had in the past, I think that's starting to pick up too.
Okay, thank you, John.
Thank you.
All right, anybody got anything else before we go into executive session? Ed, y'all need to ask John anything?
Now, what was the name of that Tri-County Park? Tri-County?
It's the Tri-County Global Industrial Park. It's I-26 and US 601 at exit 145. It's joint owned between Orangeburg County and Calhoun.
John, I have a question. How many of those 75 are actually Calhoun County businesses that are participating in the golf tournament?
Thus far, I'd say probably 90%.
Good.
Thus far, yeah, it's good. I think we have 1 or 2 from Orangeburg that do business with us over here, but for the most part, it's the county.
That's good.
And actually, we've got a flyer here with some of the companies, the sponsors on here as well, so.
If I could get a copy, I'd put it on there.
Absolutely.
All right, I have a motion that we go into executive session to take up, Sand Run Industrial Park, Project Nevo and Project Alita.
So moved.
Second? Second. Discussion? All in favor?
You got 2 more items, legal services.
Yeah, legal services and CPST lawsuit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, who made that one?
Me.
And who said?
John, I think.
I didn't think it.
Oh, okay.
Sam.
Sorry, thank you.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Yes.
I don't know whether we bring anything out.